Have you ever had a feeling that you weren't alone, that someone or something was watching you, even when you were sure no one was around? I never believed in things like that. But that all changed when I took a pet-sitting job in the middle of nowhere. This story is real, and trust me, you won't sleep the same way again. I've been pet-sitting for a few years now. You know the drill. Feed the pets, take them for walks, keep them company while their owners are away. Easy money? Or so I thought. I was in my mid-30s when I got a job with a couple, Dan and Lisa. They had this massive house out in the country, and they were going away on a vacation for a week. They needed someone to watch their 2 dogs. I thought it would be a nice, quiet job. Big house, peaceful countryside. Perfect for someone like me who likes a bit of solitude. Little did I know, that house was anything but peaceful. The house was massive, old, isolated. The kind of place you see in movies where something's always lurking in the shadows. Dan and Lisa were nice enough, but when Lisa pulled me aside before they left, she said something that made me feel uneasy. She said, "Make sure you lock up at night. There are a lot of wild animals around here." It sounded innocent enough, but the way she said it, her eyes, they looked worried. It was almost like she was warning me about something, more than just animals. The first few days, everything was fine. I took the dogs on walks, fed them, and enjoyed the quiet. But then, it started. Every night, around the same time, I began hearing soft footsteps outside. Not animals. It sounded like someone walking around the house. I tried to ignore it at first. Maybe it was a deer, maybe some wild animal, but it kept happening. Every night. And then, on the 3rd night, I heard it. A soft, slow knock at the window. Tap, tap, tap. It wasn't a random noise. It was like someone was trying to get my attention. I froze. I looked out, but there was nothing there, just the darkness. I checked all the locks, everything was secure, but I couldn't shake the feeling. The dogs were on edge too. Max, normally calm, was growling. Bella wouldn't stop shaking. It felt like we were being watched. The next morning, I went out to grab some supplies. But as I stepped onto the porch, I saw something that stopped me in my tracks. There, right in front of the door, was a footprint. It wasn't an animal print. It was human, small, dark, and muddy, leading into the woods. I couldn't breathe. My heart started racing. Was someone out there? Was I really alone in that house? The dogs were worse than ever that night. Max wouldn't stop barking at the back door. Bella was cowering in the corner. I locked everything up, turned off the lights, and tried to sleep on the couch with the dogs for safety. And then, it happened again. A knock, but this time, it wasn't from the window. It was from the back door. My blood ran cold. The sound was unmistakable. Someone was inside. I grabbed my phone, dialed 911, but the call cut off. Dead. Silence. I couldn't think. I couldn't breathe. I crept to the back door. The dogs were still barking, but their growls were different, intense, like they knew something was about to happen. And then I heard a voice, a whisper. It was so low, so quiet, but it made my skin crawl. "I know you're in there." I didn't think. I ran. I grabbed the dogs and bolted out the front door, sprinting to the neighbor's house. I didn't stop. I didn't even look back. The police came. They searched the house. They found nothing, no forced entry, no signs of anyone inside. They thought it was probably some local kid playing pranks. But I didn't believe it. No way could someone get in without leaving a trace. When Dan and Lisa came back, they were shocked when I told them what happened. But Lisa, She wasn't as surprised as I thought she'd be. She mentioned something strange, that a few years ago someone had been caught sneaking around their property. She didn't seem shocked, almost like it was normal. I left that house as quickly as I could, and I swore I would never, ever pet sit in a remote place again. To this day, every time I hear a knock at my window, I freeze. I still don't know who or what was trying to get inside that night, but I'm sure of one thing: I don't ever want to find out. Sometimes I wonder if it ever stopped knocking, or if it's already waiting for you.